go to the city website, to the planning portion, you'll see a link to the Taylor Midtown Design Manual, and that was kind of the original plan and thought, and there's maps in there on, I think at one time they discussed doing a boulevard down Goddard, and how the street trees and how many parks would look, and you can, that's very, very interesting to read that, how the concept originally was.
You know, on a side note, it is pretty driving down with those lights, and especially down by more and you over with Holland and Wick stuff, it's pretty coming through there. So it'd be nice to have an entire street like that. It would be nice.
Mr. Stiles, sir, come forward, sir.
I don't know if I can interrupt.
No, you're not interrupting. You come forward, sir. You're part of this.
Okay. I apologize.
Mark Stiles, come on down.
Thank you, fellas. Ladies, everybody. Good to see you.
Always good. Always good. I think
We
I've
have to reverse that tape. Start from the beginning, please.
Good luck with that.
Now, wait a minute. Now, we invited you up here.
I'm tired of hearing me talk.
I don't know how much you've heard, Mr. Stiles, but if you have some comments on the, well, the first part of that is the, where's my notes?
Me too.
Is the existing land use. I don't know if you have heard much, but what we're pretty much saying is that it's governed mostly by zoning. And the biggest thing is to not let them cross the zoning, that is put commercial and residential, or vice versa for that.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know what kind of a procedure you want to do here, Ms. Stowell, but with the list that we have here, the master plan review, we've got Midtown, we've got the Taylor Road corridor, Eureka Road corridor, Van Born. We just had an extensive meeting on Van Born with the city of Dearborn Heights, and there were some changes that were going to be made
Should
there.
introduce that at a future meeting too.
Yeah.
Because right now we're working on Eureka Road corridor.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening also on Pardee Road.
Yeah.
And Van Born is going to go through a big transition too. And there's talk of extending that now all the way to Inkster Road, Van Born to Inkster.
Right.
We had a design manual in place for Ecorse Road also at one time. We did a study and we had charrettes or whatever you call them, and we need to revisit that again too.
Please, absolutely.
I mean, it's nice to have the newer things coming in, but we need to address the older, aging parts of the neighborhood and parts of our commercial and see how we can update and help them out some too. So a good place to put that would be into the master plan.
I'm gonna talk. Go ahead.
I have a couple of questions if you are done talking about the zoning, or is this not the proper time?
Are we pretty well covered with?
Are we covered with existing land use?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I just have a couple of questions. How did, and who decided on the TRO and what area that they're in? How did you choose that area and that area for TRO? That was something that came after all the other zoning, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and who decided?
Basically, the location, the 94, and, you know, how people would get in and out, and the looks from the freeway at our city. You know, looking from the freeway, when you go through the master plan, you'll see these sub-area plans with what the thoughts were for those, you know, high buildings, nice architectural, high-rise, research and development buildings, larger setbacks for those, a lot more landscaping, a lot more stricter than the I-1 and I-2, because they felt those were visual things you could see from the freeway.
Okay.
The one on Inkster Road, we had a lot of resident input. That was master plan to be I-1. And we had a lot of residents, you know, wanting some TRO along Inkster Road, because that portion there, as you backs up to residential also. things other than trucking companies and junkyards and manufacturing, trying to attract younger people and create jobs.
So is the new where Masco was, is that the same type of thing? Do they do researching there, Ford?
They do research, they're not zoned for that though, but technology and research is also permitted in the I-1. It's one of the preferred
okay.
uses in the I-1.
Okay. Right, and I have another question. When you were talking about the not zoning the institutional, Mr. Simeon, if it's not in use, I'm sorry, not in use institutional, if you zoned it that way, I can't see your neighbor, okay. If you zone it that way, it can never be changed back. As it like you were referred to Kennedy High School being closed. And so if you made that a non-in-use institution, but then the school district came back and decided to use it for something?
It's not going to change from institutional. Right now, it's in a dormant state.
Right.
And that's kind of typical what happens over the life of a master plan. Master plan is like the 100,000-foot level book. And the zoning laws are the actual legal tool to help implement the master plan. So in the case of like a school like that, you probably wouldn't want to rezone that because there's really no, demographics could change. And that's part of what happened over the last 15 or 20 years. There wasn't a real need. There wasn't a real big population of students for another high school. And the use of that school basically wasn't an efficient use of the building. I mean, you have that reduction in the number of students attending there. So that's why the school district consolidated.
I just thought you meant you would change the zoning not to a non-use. That's not even a zoning
Well, that's one
tool?
of the things I had mentioned, just
Oh.
the fact that, when you take a look at percentages in that chart,
Yeah, that chart is just showing what's vacant, what we have available, and what we don't. The zoning doesn't change unless we go through the rezoning process.
Okay,
That
that's what I was,
And
okay,
that gets a little touchy because we have no jurisdiction over the school district.
right.
So,
I mean, who knows, they could tear it down or restructure it
yeah,
into
they
something
can come
else.
to us tomorrow and say, hey, we
But I thought
want
you meant you
rezone.
wanted to change it on here saying that it was, okay, I understand.
so
Thank
that
you.
wasn't the intent, but the fact that it was dormant, it shows as a percentage there, and the idea is, it's actually active. Because there's a lot of percentages here where, we have buildings that are industrial that aren't active.
I know like the Break Middle School, which was a sixth grade academy, was dormant for a while, and now it's in use again. So that's what I was trying to figure out what you were talking about.
But the zoning didn't change.
Right,
Yeah,
correct,
it doesn't change until they actually change it.
correct, okay, thank you.
And essentially, just to repeat, the master plan is this 20-year look ahead. It's almost like a bubble diagram, like on this sheet here.
Mhm.
It shows essentially where we want to go in the next 20 years. And what Ms. Tell was talking about with Midtown, Midtown was originally an overlay. And then when things started happening, and it's a real slow process, we had an overlay master plan, and we actually had a zoning ordinance that was part of that overlay. So if you take a look at what the corner buildings, some of them, over at the corner of Party and Goddard, we had a special signage requirement. All the signs were going to be, what square footage, all the graphics were going to be in the signs, what the buildings would look like. They're set back so far. And it's starting to pick up. Is it starting to pick up like the original intent? No, maybe not. But another good example is the bar on the corner, the southwest corner of Party and Goddard. We had somebody here, was it 3 months ago, that basically wanted to get that bar going again from a different point of view. It wasn't a different use. It didn't change the zoning so much. There was no ordinance requirements that were involved there. There was no law change or anything like that. It was reinstituting the use that was dormant. And you'll see that all over the city. My point, what I was trying to make, maybe it wasn't clear, was that the chart has all these percentages, and over the last 15 years or so, or 10 years, some of those percentages have probably gone up and down because we've had some rezonings that have changed the actual zoning classification, and we're eventually led into changes to the master plan.
It's, most of our schools and churches, or you'll find were zoned residential, because the idea when the city first started is to have them in neighborhoods where you're in walking distance to your school, walking distance to your place of worship. You had mom and pop shops, and things have changed a lot over the years. But the way the schools are located now, around residential, it's highly doubtful they would be rezoned to.
Yeah.
Excuse me just a moment there, conversing. Sure. Yes, ma'am.
I have 3 questions.
Yes.
First of all, and this is down the road, but it's been talked about, the marijuana dispensaries, how would that be rezoned? Would that be zoned as light, low-intensity commercial? How would that be zoned?
To the chair,
I'm sorry, to the chair.
it's okay. To the chair, to Ms. Atwood. It is currently in the draft, in the ordinance that council adopted, and I'm working now on how we're going to work it into the zoning ordinance. It is only going to be permitted in the I-1 or the I-2 districts. That's our light and our heavy industrial.
Okay, now would that be dispensaries and grow
Yes.
plants? Okay.
Unless something changes, because once again, when that happens, we're gonna be back before the planning commission to do the changes to the zoning ordinance.
Okay.
Our thoughts right now is to make it both a special land use and a regulated land use in the I-1, I-2.
Okay.
The reason for the decision for the I-1, I-2 is to try to buffer the residential, the schools, the churches, things like that.
Right.
Put 'em,
Right. Okay, my second question would be, what about parking lots? How are they zoned?
Parking lots go along with whatever the property is zoned usually. Now, we do have some sections along Van Born again and Ecorse Road where you'll see P1 parking, where it's a vacant lot, just zone P1 vehicular parking. Those you can't put a building on, it can only be used for parking, and that was because there was not enough parking for the businesses along Van Born and Ecorse. So they were trying to create, as people left and the houses became vacant or torn down or whatever, if you owned a business there and you were hurting for parking, you would buy that property and have a rezoned parking. But the parking is usually classified with the zoning. There are different, the parking requirements go by the use of the property. No matter what it's zoned, we go by the use of the property.
But if there's no property on it, it's just a vacant lot, and they're using it for valet parking, how would that be zoned?
It would have to be zoned P1 unless they have a variance from the zoning board of appeals to make it into a parking. And it's usually, we've done it a few times as temporary parking.
Okay, because I know there's 3 lots in Taylor that's being used for valet parking, and we're wondering, we've been trying to find out what it's zoned as.
It's usually an I-1 zoning where it is permitted in the I-1 for automobile storage. I know there's, Wick and Inkster comes to mind. That came before the planning commission because it's a special land use. That means it comes before the planning commission before they can allow vehicular storage, storage lots, parking facilities, things of that nature.
What about Holland and Wick?
Holland and Wick, I know there's one off of Holland that came before ZBA last fall, I believe, and they got a 1-year variance to temporarily park cars on crushed asphalt because they're going to develop it, but in the meantime, they were requesting to park cars on it.
And they're using it for valet parking from the airport?
I don't know where the parking comes from.
Yeah. What about the 2 lots on Inkster Road?
I haven't-
That's also being used for valet parking. Doesn't it have to does that go through the planning commission too, or?
That would go through ZBA if it's not in accordance with their zoning or if they don't have
Okay.
approval.
Okay. One more question. I'm sorry.
But we're getting into another.
I know, I'm going to go in another direction right now, talking about the Midtown and extending it from Telegraph to Beach Daily or to Inkster Road. Are you going to, if you're talking about putting the fancy light posts in there and everything, and benches. How's that going to affect the residents? Because right now we have, at our last council meeting, people were very upset about getting lighting assessments for new lights going in there. How are they going to feel if you start putting in the decorative lights going all the way down to Inkster Road? You know what I'm talking about, Laura?
Yes.
Miss Val, I'm sorry.
This is a little bit of a different situation though, because it's Taylor Midtown and some of the funding does come from the DDA district, and it is city, a lot of it is, and the plans wouldn't be, unless the residents, wanted it on their side of the road, we would discuss that, but right now, we were just looking at the south side where the businesses are.
Okay. Thank you.